Understanding the effects of distress on 14 to 18-year-olds. Navigating the teenage years, our children aged 14 to 18 are facing complex emotional landscapes as they move closer to adulthood. It's imperative for us as parents and caregivers to comprehend how distress impacts them during this critical phase of their lives. Recognizing that each teenager is different, being sensitive to change in their behaviours and emotions is key. Here's a look at some common ways distress may manifest in this age group. Feelings and emotions. Verbal expression of distress. Teenagers might articulate their distress more sophisticatedly, discussing their anxieties, frustrations, or disappointments in detail. For example, Rachel may express feelings of being overwhelmed by school expectations and social pressures. Heightened sensitivity. Teens may display increased sensitivity to criticism, conflict, or perceived failures. Ethan, for instance, might become upset or angry if he feels criticized by teachers or peers. Social changes. Changes in their social habits can be a sign of distress. Some may withdraw from long term friendships or social groups, while others could seek new, sometimes risky, affiliations. Sophie may start avoiding her usual friends groups, showing preferences for being alone or with a new set of peers. Tony may turn to alcohol and go drinking on the street corner or in the park with his peers. Emotional fluctuations. Emotional responses can be more intense, including outbursts of anger, intense sadness, or overt rebellion. Jack may show sudden outbursts of anger over minor issues at home or school. And perfectionism. Some teens react to distress by pushing themselves to be perfect in academics, sports, or other areas, which can exacerbate their distress. Lily might obsess over getting the highest score in every test or assignment, or Jimmy obsessed with the gym. Withdrawal from family. Older teenagers may show a marked preference for solitude, spending much time alone in their rooms, which could be a sign of distress. Max, for example, may reduce his interaction with family members and spend more time isolated. And then there's the mood swings. Distress can manifest as noticeable mood swings, ranging from euphoria to deep sadness or irritability. Chloe might appear very happy and suddenly become withdrawn or melancholy. Suppressed emotions. Teens might struggle with expressing their emotions clearly, leading to bottled up feelings that could surface through risky behaviours or aggression. Oliver might resort to risky behaviours like hitting things when frustrated. Suzanne may cry with being overwhelmed, or they may simply not know what is wrong with them due to the changes in their hormones. Physical health, appetite changes. Changes in eating habits can indicate distress. Some might eat excessively, while others lose their appetite. Rachel could start skipping meals or binge eating snacks late at night. Somatic complaints. Physical symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, or exasperated chronic conditions like eczema can be prevalent. Ethan might complain of persisting headaches during exams, or Jimmy could have flare ups with his eczema. Somatic complaints in teenagers refer to physical symptoms that they experience, which may not have a clear medical cause. These symptoms are real and can be felt strongly by the teenager. They often stem from emotional or psychological issues rather than purely physical ones. Understanding stomatic complaints in teenagers. Stomatic complaints are when your teenager might report physical problems, the headaches, stomach aches, or even fatigue, but when they visit the doctor, no specific medical reason can be found. These complaints are very real in how they feel to your teen and shouldn't be dismissed as just making it up. They are often the body's way of expressing stress or emotional turmoil. Why these occur. During adolescent, teenagers go through a lot of changes, both physically and emotionally. They face pressure from school, their social lives, and perhaps even from plans for the future. Sometimes the stress from these changes and pressures can become overwhelming when it's hard for them to express what they're feeling emotionally. Their distress might show up as a physical symptom. Common symptoms, like I've said, are headaches, stomach pains, even muscle aches, fatigue, dizziness. These symptoms are not fake, but they are real sensations that your teen is feeling, which are influenced by psychological factors. You've got physical regression. So, stress might affect physical ability, with some teens showing decreased paralysis in activities they previously excelled in. Noah could suddenly find himself less coordinated in sports. Sleep disruptions. Problems with sleep are common, with some teenagers experience insomnia or sleeping excessively. Jacob, for instance, might have trouble falling asleep or start sleeping much later than usual. And remember, teenage brains become alive in the evening at around 10 o'clock at night. So if your child's not going to bed what you think is an appropriate hour, remember this is how their brain's activated. It activates in around this time in the evening, which then has an impact of when they're going to bed and then having to get up early for school. So they will be tired and grumpy. Mental health. Impact self esteem. Distress often affects self esteem, causing teens to doubt their abilities and value. Alex may express feelings of worthlessness or lack of confidence in his capabilities. Anxiety. Signs of anxiety may include restlessness, excessive worrying, or avoiding situations that trigger stress. Emma might avoid social situations or exhibit nervous behaviors like leg shaking. Concentration and difficulties. Distressed teens may find it hard to focus on schoolwork or personal projects, often getting distracted or showing a lack of interest. Ryan could become less attentive in class or unable to complete assignments. Avoidance behaviours. Avoiding challenging or stressful situations can be a defense mechanism. Sophie might skip school or opt out of extracurricular activities she previously enjoyed. Increased isolation. Withdrawing from social interactions can be a sign of distress. Max might spend most of his time alone, avoiding both friends and family gatherings. Negative self talk. Distress can lead to harmful inner dialogue, with teens criticizing themselves harshly. Lily might often say she's not good enough or is bound to fail. Avoidance of challenges. Fearing failure. Some teens might shy away from new challenges or difficult tasks. Ethan could drop out of challenging courses or stop trying new activities. Sensitivity to feedback. Overly sensitive reactions to feedback or criticism can indicate underlying distress. Sarah might react strongly to feedback from teachers or coaches, perceiving it as a negative even when it's constructive. So, recognizing the signs of distress in teens aged between 14 to 18 is vital for providing the necessary support and guidance as they deal with complex emotions. By understanding these manifestations, you can offer empathy, support, and effective coping strategies to help them manage their challenges more effectively. Now, this list that I have given you is not an exhaustive list, and there are many, many more effects that the stress can have on teenagers. In the next section, we will have a wee look at some solutions.